lines. Okay, I like this.
More dust-ups.
By the way, Pistons did actually play some basketball yesterday against Toronto. Nice win, 113-95. That's their 40th win, y'all. Not bad. Cade had 28, 9, 7, and 3. Paul Reed with 22. Sky Barnes, 17.
Oh.
Ooh, that's fun. 7 and 5. Yeah, their two best interior players not playing, and they seem to be having zero problems taking care of the Raptors. Technically, they are only a game back of the Thunder in the overall standings.
That's crazy.
Okay, there you go. That's crazy.
Well, what's crazy is a month ago or a couple weeks ago, we're talking about how the Thunder could possibly break the record.
Yep.
And obviously they went on that skid and things changed a little bit of the trajectory of that.
Who started that?
But this is crazy. This is a team that obviously had success last year. We knew they were going to be good. I don't think we thought they were going to be this good. And I never thought they were really the deepest team. Now, like you said, Stewart out, Duren out. Insert Paul Reed for a quick little 22. Guys like Jenkins and Smith and who's the other guy that I'm missing here? Well, they added Herter and Levert. They do have a deep team. We don't know how tough they are. We know how good defensively they are. And I think we really need to start talking about Cade Cunningham more so in the MVP talk because he is so good offensively. He's so good getting his guys involved. He is 6'7", big guard, walking triple-double. He defends. It's unbelievable. Like this sequence right here, he hit 3 threes in the same exact spot. Then he goes to an off-the-block post-up. Then he gets out in transition. Then he blesses someone in transition. Like, there's nothing he can't do on the floor. And obviously, he's the head of the snake. But this team, they got a little bit of everything. But number one, they're tough and they defend, which when the shots aren't falling, they can still beat you. And not a lot of teams can say that.
It is shocking because they are 5.5 up on the Celtics. Like, they're the ones. They're kind of cruising, Lou.
No, they're playing really, really good basketball. And I don't want to say I'm surprised because we kind of see that we saw those guys come being on the horizon of one of the better teams in the East. And so I like how they roll. My only concern with this team, scoring is at a premium, right? And so when we get into the playoffs, and let's say a team just decides we're going to do everything in our power to take away Cade Cunningham, as deep of a basketball team that they are, who's going to be that secondary guy to be able to go win 1 or 2 playoff games for them, especially when it gets tight, when teams start taking away some of your options, making it difficult for Cade. You know, like, be clear about it. He's a superstar level talent, and he's really, really young, and he's already shown you what he can do in big moments. But I'm curious about what the other guys are going to do, especially when it becomes a half-court game. You know, like, toughness and fighting ain't going to be enough in the playoffs. That's going to help, but you're going to have to be able to put that ball in the basket. And so for that, I want to see a guy like Tobias Harris turn some of these 15s into 22s. You know what I mean? Jalen Duren, when he comes back, being on the offensive glass, being able to put 20 points on the board. They're going to need some of those secondary guys to step in those gaps and fill in for them if they're going to make a legitimate run at a championship run for this group, because they have all of the pieces. But me being a hooper and me seeing these guys, I want to just see how it translates to playoff basketball. Obviously, we have some time for that, but that's my only concern with this Detroit team. Other than that, I think they're fully loaded.
Does it have to be a second guy, or can it be what they have, which is a lot of...
I like the pieces that they added.
Yeah.
I like them adding Herter. You know, that's a guy that can go out and get hot, that can make a bunch of shots. Duncan Robinson is another guy that can, like, they have a lot of shooting. So when I say scoring is at a premium, it's the difference between shooters and scorers. You need a guy that you can put the ball in his hands and go out and get you a bucket. They have a lot of guys that can shoot. So if Cade Cunningham can play a comfortable basketball game or a game where he can dominate and get those guys involved, I think the Detroit Pistons can slide to the NBA Finals. But as we know, those options get taken away and it gets tougher, and you're going to need somebody else to be able to do it for you.
6 months ago, I thought that 2 option might have been Jaden Ivey. Like, right, then he goes down with the injury. Now he's obviously gets moved. So, like, Jalen Duren, as good as he is, as physical as he is, he's top 2, 3 center in the NBA. He's still not that number 2 option on paper. You know what I mean? You're not going to play through him. He's going to go and naturally get buckets, but he's not like a 2 option. But like Lou said, in the playoffs, everyone picks up the intensity anyways. Everyone's going to play tough. So that's kind of going to get neutralized with the Detroit Pistons. But when they take away Cade Cunningham, I love the addition of Herter. Karis LeVert, I think he's got to get going. He's got to be that bucket that he once was. You know, Duncan Robinson, they do have shooting. So when they want to, you know what? You want to trap.
Got a ton of shooting.
You want to trap Cade and
shooting.
blitz Cade, cool. We're going to play 4-on-3 on the back end, and we have guys that can shoot 45% from the three and space the floor. So if those guys are making shots, they almost collectively, they don't need that 2 option because Tobias can go off, Jenkins can go off, Thompson can have big games. And then you space the floor with those other 3 shooters, it's tough to guard.
Like, I'm just fast forwarding in my mind because I feel like it. But if it was a Pistons OKC finals, first of all, because we love the Pistons, but what does that look like basketball wise?
I mean, physical depth. Like it's going to be a lot of different schemes on what to take away from every team, like what they do best, which is impossible because they all have counters. And we just talked about the depth of the Pistons. Thunder are even deeper. So again, we're a long ways away, but I mean, it's looking like it. They're running away with the East. They're running away with the West. That'd be a hell of a
similar identities though.
Yeah, that's what it feels
they
like
have,
to me.
Both teams have really good guys at the top, right? And then after that, you got really good role players and guys that know how to play basketball at a high level. So I like that matchup between Detroit and OKC if it comes down to that. But again, I just want to know if they pull a Steph Curry in Charlotte and you just walk Cade Cunningham all the way to the locker room in a boxing one, who's going to be that guy that's going to be able to play make and make sure the ball gets to those shooters and all of those other people?
I do, like, as much as I love them and I trust them, like, I do still feel like they're kind of one piece away. Like, I don't know.
I think the pieces are there.
And again, I still think they're contenders. I think they're fantastic. They're 40-13. It's hard to nitpick.
Okay. This is still nuts to me.
But I think Tobias Harris is a guy that can go out and get you.
No,
20.
I'm thinking.
Karis LeVert is another guy that can go out.
I'm thinking
Oh, yeah.
go-to.
You're going
I'm going for the
flashy.
fences right now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dang.
Like, I'm thinking someone like
Why
that.
are they second best odds to Cleveland? That's not going to make sense to me forever
If
and ever.
Cleveland somehow sneaks into those Eastern Conference Finals after the start that they had,
Odds are crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Odds are crazy.
That's hard crazy. I mean, they won 10 of 11, but that's still
Well, look at us, happy about the East.
respectful. I'm okay with the East, guys.
Check that out.
Totally fine.
Check
with
that
the
out.
East.
Yeah, listen, Cavs are good again. Like the Knicks, the Celtics, the Raptors are solid. Like they're now all of a sudden it's not so bad.
No, I know. I think it's going to be actually quite fun, quite frankly. They're not every team has the face of the team, right? Like you got faces of each team. Some are just faces of that team. Some actually really match sort of the city, the vibe. To me, I think Cade is that guy, right, Lou? Like if I had to draw in my mind the face of the Detroit Pistons.
Oh yeah. No, this fits.
Hell yeah, it's not even close.
I was about to say from top to bottom, even their coach. Everybody understands the assignment in Detroit, and I love it. Sometimes you shy away from history, or you shy away from cultures that's being built because you want to create your own. Now, these guys say, we know what the bad boys look like, and we're going to step into that, and we're going to be 2.0. Down to throwing a little hands from time to time. They have the toughness. They have the grit. They're actually playing really good basketball because I think you got to keep the first things first. Like, if these guys were just fighting and being physical and getting their ass whooped, we wouldn't care. They're actually going out and playing really solid basketball, and they're leading the East with it. And on the other side, they have a reputation of being a tough team that you can't push around either. So I like everything about what Detroit has and Cade being the head of that snake and him having that temperament. I like the fact that you don't hear him in the media a lot. You don't hear about no off-court stuff, and he's not a big trash talker. He goes out there, he do his thing, and at the same time, his temperament is one of such that you still don't want to go out there and play with him at all and try to disrespect him or any of those things. And so I love it from top to bottom.
Yeah, Cade's such a soft-spoken kind of guy to the public. Now, I guarantee you in practice camp and film sessions, like he's leading because he's definitely that type of personality as well. But it kind of reminds me of the Grizzlies back in the day where they had a very soft-spoken point guard, Mike Conley, who I don't want to compare the two, but
and Zebo.
And
both two soft-spoken guys.
And Marc Gasol, right? And Zebo, those are like the faces. But Tony Allen's like the Isaiah Stewart. He's the guy that city loves, that the fans love, that he's the grit and grind, the toughness and the glue of that team. So they're similar. I see similarities between those two teams, but Cade Cunningham is definitely the face of that city, that state. Like that he is. Cade Cunningham is Detroit at this point.
We call him Eyes McGee. That's nickname.
He's real good.
That I've made up.
Does he have green eyes?
His beautiful eyes. Yes. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, we're about to do something the world will thank us for forever. We're going to fix
this
tanking.
stain on my shirt.
Nope, no one cares about that.